Alright, so we're gonna talk about which Vskill is better for jury, because I've gotten this question a lot. People have been asking which one do you use in matchups and why, and I've obviously answered them individually, but you know, I've been meaning to make this video a bit because I thought I made it before, but I didn't. But I'm gonna talk about it. And the best Vskill for is 1, but 2 is useful in certain matchups, and I'll tell you why. So, if you don't know, Vskill 1, you charge a little move, and bottom left, you see a little icon, and if it's stored, the light, the golden light flashes, and then it's faster and it's more projectile. I think it's projectile missile. So that's how it works. And then, if it's, let's say, if it's not blocked, you get the side switch. And you don't get Oki really, but it's a good amount of V gauge. Actually, let me turn this on real quick. But yeah, it's a good amount of V gauge for that. Like the second hit does the most V gauge. But obviously, if it's just hit regularly, you get a decent amount. But it's just not as fast and not as strong. However, if it's blocked, and by the way, if you're on YouTube, just know that I stream live on Twitch, and that's why these notifications are popping. So if you want to see Jury or Seth live, or see me play random characters, feel free to hit my Twitch. I stream like from time to time. I try to stream every day, but I'm not up to it. But yeah, please check out my Twitch. But yeah, so basically, if you block it, it's gonna hurt because it's negative 18. Literally, it is literally like you can dash if you have a 16 or 15 and still be plus. So the reason why I would prefer this one over the other one is because, one, it stops projectiles. It definitely literally just stops projectile characters from doing the stuff. However, some characters like Guile can go around it. They can fake you out with like a medium punch or something like that. And it's kind of difficult to figure out how to use it if they're doing that. So with those type of characters, you gotta kind of time and get their boom action. That's when you start to understand player tendencies and stuff like that. So once you get that down, you'll be able to use the Vskill pretty efficiently. There's not really much to say else other than that you can get cool combos with it. Like, you can do this. Like, it's combo, like, that. But unless it's like to put them in a corner or something, it's not really all that useful. You can surprise people with it if they're walking forward too much or dashing at you. But there's different ways you can mess with it, But yeah, the Vskill is not the best, but not the worst. I would say this Vskill is alright. But it's still her better Vskill than the other one. Vskill 2 is basically like a fireball. It's like a lingering fireball. And yeah. It's -2. I believe it's -2 on block. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's -2 on block, so you're safe. But you're not safe from Zangief Super, because that's 2-frame startup. Not sure what else is like 2-frame startup, whatever that she can be punishable. But other than that, it's pretty good against like Zangief, Karen. Actually show you guys. I'll show you guys or put it on the screen. So basically, Vskill 2, I would recommend use only for these characters. Vskill 2 for Cammy, because you can mess her up with a die kick. If she does a bad die kick, you can clip her. Obviously Cammys are always in the air and everything, so they can definitely clip them. And they can actually hit them from behind if they try and crouch you up. I just think it's good for her aerial approach. So I just feel like it just helps a lot. And Vskill 1 can be stopped from Cammy. Like, Cammy can stop Vskill 1 if she can like whiff a die kick and it's pretty shallow and I mess up by doing a bad read or something like that, Geef, like I said, like Vskill 2 is definitely helps in this matchup a bit because it's like another type of fireball, and I think you kind of, sometimes has a bad time with zoning. Karen's like an interesting case because I talk about how I use it against people who don't have fireball, and she doesn't have a fireball and stuff, and I lab the situations how she can't she can't be like stop it. She can't really like stop it in there. She got to hold her back dash or something like that. So against Karen, it's pretty useful, and especially if you're trying to steal your turn, it can be useful in that situation as well. I use it against Rog and Ibuki because Rog's already a bad matchup. Same thing with Ibuki, but it has its uses. It's kind of hard to explain like when I use it or how I use it, but you can use it against them. It's just you gotta be careful because it may not come out and make you mad because they rush punch you or they EX kunai you. And that's kind of like the bad matchup thing, which was in another video. If you want to check that out, please feel free. But yeah, these two aren't. You can experiment with it, see how you like it. But I've seen some juries pick Vskill 1. By all means, pick it. But I prefer Vskill 2. That's just my opinion. I don't think I use it in any other matchup other than those because there's no point in using them. Every other matchup, most people have like a fireball or some type of zoning that I can get through, or I can punish you from doing something with or something like that. So it's kind of like Vskill 2 is not all that useful in the overall like matchup chart, but if you see me on Twitch or see me in ranked, I may use it depending on the character. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. You know, which Vskill I think is better, and talk about the matchups in it specifically. You know, I touched on it in the past a bit, talking about it, but I feel like this is a little bit more in depth, talking about why I use it, who I use it for, and all that jazz. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Feel free to leave a comment and ask me questions, or what do you want me to see in my videos and all that. Yeah, I'll see you guys later.